Plex plugins are dead. But fear not, they are working pretty hard to kind of replace them, supplement them with more functionality that better integrates with their new library sorting and functionality and aesthetic to make it work a little bit better with how they intend their system to perform and provide us with features that supplement what the plugins would do. Now, it's going to move slower than just having the plugins in the first place, but it's better than nothing. And with that, I am covering today the new Web Shows beta. It is still in beta. It is still very much a work in progress, so it's only available to Plex Pass subscribers as far as I am aware, but it's a pretty neat way for them to integrate and curate more or less just YouTube content and things like that. So I'm pretty stoked to check it out. We're going to flip over and check it out. I did want to mention, again, this video is sponsored by Plex. They do a regular monthly tutorial series here on the channel, but everything you're going to hear in the video is my own. I have a little bit of criticism so that they can make it better, but just had to let you know about that. Let's flip over to the desktop and check it out. Over here in announcements, you can see that not only did podcasts come out of beta, which I apparently missed, but they have now introduced web shows, which you can read about. I'll have the link to the blog post in the description. But we're going to check it out today because it's sort of like integrating YouTube channels and things like that, but they have their own little twist on it. Embarrassingly enough, they didn't include their Plex influencers in the web shows beta, but I am in chat with the people who actually manage the content syndication separately and should be getting my channel synced up hopefully at some point in time. One thing I don't like here that they have noted is they seem to be quite, or at least they claim to be quite, like, specific in their curation, because they said only from the highest quality creators, no robotic, top 10 life hacks, or sparkly slime spam. So that means that they're basically just taking the same network programming that everyone else does and not doing any sort of real, I don't know. I don't like that kind of curation. So we'll see, but it is distraction free without ads if that's your thing, since you're paying for Plex Pass if you're accessing a beta. And so we'll check it out. So in your main, I have updated my normal Plex server here. In your main Plex layout, if you've updated, it should be down here under Web Shows Beta. Now here you can see if you've already added some shows to your format and stuff, you have this little on deck, which is upcoming shows that you should watch. Otherwise, it will be recommended and quote-unquote popular shows, which, given that it's still in beta, is mostly just going to be all of them since they're all popular. Now, I did want to note here, since they did say that they were being specific in which content they curated, there does seem to be a random children's Roblox Let's Play on here, just with all caps nonsense titles. I'm rich for Dominus Electric Roblox Let's Play. So that's why that text kind of bothered me, because there's Minecraft and Roblox and stuff here, but they're implying that they are filtering out some content. I don't know. Anyway, so you have, weirdly, there's this clickable thing. I think there's supposed to be more sidebar icons to actually list your shows and things like that. Right now, it's just right here. So if you go to all shows, you can see everything that they have on the platform, which may take a minute to load because there's quite a few here, and there's some familiar faces. You've got Leo Laporte, the tech guy. You've got Theo Joe. Unbox Therapy was somewhere. Hey, Lon Seidman's already gotten added in. And Epic Mealtime. I don't recognize, rather, most of the rest. Fanatic TV looks like esports stuff. So you can go through and see some of the channels. Not a ton yet, but they will be adding more with time. And then you can either click to start playing right here. You can just go ahead and start playing, I guess, the latest video from that channel, which is cool. And then you have streaming quality options once it starts playing. Actually, you do not get any playback settings, so hopefully that will be coming later in the beta. You can pause, skip forward, backwards, the normal play controls, and you can also shuffle the videos from that channel. And then close out here. However, if you, instead of clicking on the play button, actually click on the channel title, you get a list of the episodes. So it runs these channels, you know, because they're essentially just YouTube channels. It runs them as if they're kind of like podcasts. So this is building off of their podcast integration. So you can see all episodes, and then it runs them in chronological order, and you can queue them up as if they're podcasts. So you can add this to your shows, and then in your shows list, you can start watching them, and it has red indicators, so you can tell whether or not you've actually watched the videos. You can also add individual episodes to your queue, kind of like most podcast managers, where it's the next thing that you watch or your watch later list on YouTube, or you can go ahead and mark it as played if you've already seen it elsewhere. The add to queue button has been very glitchy for me, to say the least. As you can see here, it's trying to queue up, and it will act like it's starting playing now. Yeah, it's starting to play the audio, even though it is a video. And then you can pull it up to go screen or go full screen. You're not, I mean, for a queue, you're not supposed to start immediately playing what you add to the queue. And then sometimes if you add a video to the queue, it just like glitches out. So again, this is fully in beta, but they generally fix this stuff up well before launch. Like usually it launches and there's a couple little quirks like this, and then they'll get it streamlined out before it's down, released publicly. So I have added 3 shows, the new screensavers, the tech guy, and epic mealtime to my list. So by clicking on that, you can view those and manage as needed. Yeah, actually, I was trying to figure out where I actually ran into it. They don't have a specific way to view your queue unless you're already watching a video. And then next to the volume control, there's a queue. However, like I said, it did kind of glitch out. So this is only showing the next episodes of this specific show that I'm watching. So you can add to queue, but the queue doesn't actually do anything yet. However, you can pull up a list of all of the episodes of this specific show or channel and watch them here, which is kind of cool. So that way you can just kind of binge watch people's videos, which is what I do whenever I discover new channels. So it's kind of handy to have. Overall, this is to help move away, as they mentioned in their blog post. If you missed it, they did announce that they are shutting down Plex plugins and they are moving away from them because ones like this, which is basically streaming content from the web, required you to run your own home server, which didn't make a whole lot of sense when the content's on the internet. So they're trying to do a lot here to integrate those normal feeds that people wanted to watch into the platform. Still has a little bit of quirks and still doesn't have me on it if you're looking for that. But you do get to watch some major YouTube channels and things like that and queuing them up here, so you don't have to leave your Plex library or app. And you can check it out if you desire. This is what it looks like in the TV layout, which is really cool, by the way. It has a box with a play icon, kind of like the YouTube icon. But this is a really cool display. However, some of the thumbnails are kind of low res, although it looks like it's only that specific one. So I'm guessing Epic Mealtime is just uploading low res thumbnails. But then you can browse through with your keyboard or your remote or controller or whatever and get a really nice visualization of all the different channels and thumbnails available here as well, which looks really nice. And then you can start playing the videos, or you could shuffle which videos you watch. Kind of neat. Couple things I would like to see. Again, there is no... Actually, I'm going to pause this. There is no queue manager, so you have the option to add videos to queue, but that just doesn't exist otherwise. I do like that you can go to the channel from different videos. I would also like to see, you can remove them from your show. I would like to see quality controls for when you're playing back, especially if you're streaming over the internet anyway, and people may have limited bandwidth or limited data caps or something like that. Just streaming the full res copy of the video or whatever's happening here is kind of not cool. So under the normal quality controls where you can choose your streaming, resolution from your normal like Plex library, I would like to see, the YouTube transcoding options, for example, 1080p, 4K, 360p, whatever people should be able to set their defaults in their Plex player settings, so that way it loads those by default pretty much all the time. So that's it. Plex shows are pretty cool, but hopefully they get, their Plex influencers at minimum integrated, as well as just more channels in general, because at the moment, the content supply is fairly limited. So it's a kind of neat proof of concept, but they need to add a little bit more in there. But thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more tech education like this. And I will have some affiliate links in the description down below where you can sign up for Plex for free, buy yourself a Plex Pass, or gift a Plex Pass to a friend. Helps the channel out a lot, and let them know that I sent you if you use those links. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. I actually have some really 2 exciting videos on 2 really cool new products coming tomorrow.